And we are live.
Hi, everybody.
Chef Dunham and Peanut. That's Chef, I am Peanut.
And Peanut, we're sitting here in the warehouse.
Amongst cars and things going on,
To do what?
to answer folks' questions.
About what?
Anything and everything.
You know, Bubba J and I did this, what, 2 weeks ago, Matt? Week and a half?
That's right. It was, like a week ago.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care about Bubba J. Okay, so this is all me, right? You got stupid answers from him.
You're going to give what, smart answers?
Better answers. Okay, good, right, yeah.
And while we're doing this, waiting for everybody to type in questions, are the questions coming in, Matt?
They are coming
Very good.
in.
And while we're waiting for that, just a reminder that we head back on the road next Wednesday.
Wednesday, where are we going? April 4th, Broomfield, Colorado.
Right, yeah. And on the 5th,
Colorado Springs, Colorado. We're calling this our weed tour.
no, not.
What?
The weed tour.
I look like I'm smoking weed.
No, you don't.
You look like you smoke weed and invented me.
Right.
It happened?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, good. Right, yeah. Did you smoke weed in college?
Can we get on to the dates?
Okay, good. Yeah. Your mother might be watching this.
The dates?
Okay. So then on the 6th of April, we'll be in Dodge City, Kansas. Do they build Dodges in Dodge City, Kansas?
No. No. Right, Matt? No.
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 Michigan.
Michigan, I know that, but not Dodge City. No. The 7th,
Omaha,
Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska on the 7th.
Then the next week,
The 18th will be in Buffalo, New York.
19th,
Louisville,
20th,
Nashville. I love all those cities.
and on April 21st, we'll be in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
All right, Matt. Questions for anybody?
I just want to say, do you see how fast those
Oh my gosh, the
questions are
crazy.
coming in?
How are you going to read those?
Luckily, actually, I thought it would be slower on the computer, but at least I can see them three at a time on the phone.
There's like,
All right, let me see if I can find one. All right.
I want to do that noise. What'd you do?
right.
Yeah, here you go. You didn't even move your lips.
Practice a lot.
No, you don't. You never practice.
What's the question?
Let's see. Oh my gosh, you're going like crazy. I was just gonna. Bobby Yoder is asking us, what combination of ingredients makes your perfect burrito?
What?
I'm just reading the questions.
What combination of ingredients make your perfect burrito?
Anything with a side of nose plugs and earplugs.
Okay. That works.
Good. All right, yeah.
All right, what else?
We got Andy Johnson's asking you, how long did it take for you to start enjoying coffee?
Oh, what age did you start drinking coffee?
I was actually 32 years old when I started drinking coffee. And somebody said to me, hey, there's a place down the street called Starbucks. I'm like, what's that? And then they said, there's a thing called the latte. I'm like, what's a latte? I don't know. And 15 pounds later, I stopped drinking lattes.
Actually, I have a question. When
I
you
went straight coffee. Hold on, what Peanut's going to answer
Oh,
this.
sorry.
When did you start drinking coffee?
About a quarter of a cup in.
Right.
Yes, and then
Right.
yes.
Okay.
I was just actually going to ask because you just ordered coffee, I think. And when you order coffee, what do you call it? Do you use the Starbucks?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is a discussion.
Right. Fausto, are you getting ready to go make a Starbucks run for us?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Fausto does much more than do Starbucks runs.
That's correct. He also goes to, I don't know, 7-Eleven.
No, he does all internet stuff.
He does all the internet stuff, and he's leaving in the middle of this.
I think Matt has it handled for now.
Okay, good. Right. So that's our IT guy, right? He's our nerd.
Right.
Fausto's a nerd.
Bye, Fausto.
Okay, but hold on. Fausto knows what Matt wants. So it's a grande or a venti from Starbucks.
That's correct.
Matt does not call it a grande or venti. His is large or medium. They want to kick you out of the place when you do that.
I don't speak Italian.
Italian. You should speak Italian, Matt. Mr. McNeil, the Irish guy.
All right. Any other?
Yeah, somebody, the names are going really fast. They actually asked, why is peanut purple? I don't think we've ever been asked that.
Okay. You want to come up with a funny answer?
No.
All right. So the real answer to why Peanut is purple, Peanut was before Barney. At least before any Barney that I was aware of.
What are we talking about Barney for?
Well, I just want to say, people think that you copy Barney. No, I came up with the Peanut in, 1986, I think it was? 86 or 87, and I was trying to think of some kind of character.
You know I'm right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want red, he'd look like devil.
No.
Didn't want blue, he'd look like a Smurf.
Smurf.
The yellow, it would look just weird, I don't know why. And I just thought purple because I didn't know any famous characters that were purple, and purple is my favorite color forever. Dark purple was too dark, so kind of this lavenderish purple color.
It's a fascinating story, Jeff.
And then Barney came out and he was almost the same color purple. I was like, ugh. But that was for kids.
Not for kids.
Right. You don't think you're for kids?
I don't know. Yeah, no, not for kids.
So this is a question I've never actually
Some kids.
seen.
Some kids! Depends on your family.
Right.
Yes.
So what?
There's a question I've never actually seen before,
Okay.
and I think I could have guessed the answer, but I don't know. When is Ahmed ever going to meet Jose, or has he? Has Ahmed ever met Jose?
That's an interesting question. Ahmed and Jose have never been on stage together. It is interesting, you know, because typically from the very beginning, when I started doing my show, it was just Peanut. And then I added, actually, Jose was before Peanut.
What?
Jose is the oldest of all the characters that I have now. Jose Jalapeno on a Stick came about when I was in college in 1983. I was a sophomore, junior. I was a junior in college at Baylor University down in Texas. And I came up with Jose Jalapeno on a Stick, and actually did a few comedy club shows here in Los Angeles, and he just caught on in Texas and in Southern California. He just kept growing. And then Peanut came along, and that's when the two of you got together and became...
Arch enemies.
No.
Friends. whatever. Yeah, we're both. Right, yes.
And that became the act for a long, long time. So I have experimented with Jose with other people, but no, the answer is no. I have never put Ahmed and Jose on the stage together. However, they have yelled at each other from the suitcases. So I'll have one on stage and the other will yell at the other one. I do that every once in a while, and audiences love it. Because it's like they're interacting, and they are interacting.
We are. Yes, we are. Yes.
And I'm actually going back as well. Have we done a YouTube video where they were together?
I don't think we've even done a YouTube video. Well, obviously we edited together, but...
Not in the same shot.
No.
But he did make an appearance in one of the Ronald Grump videos when Ahmedina, or Ahmed, I can't remember at the time,
Okay.
was interviewing, and it was Ronald Grump was mentioning something about building the wall.
Oh, that's right. And then Jose talked about, yeah. And I do talk about, yeah, okay. So which video, it was one of the Ronald Grump videos. I have to go back and find it. It was when Walter was playing Trump before the election. And I think we did one after the election too, right? Or two?
Well, we've done a couple, yeah, but I'm just trying to think if Jose was in those videos.
I don't know.
You know what? No one cares.
Well,
Fine.
All right. Anybody?
yeah, let me see.
I'm watching them scroll over here.
Dude, they're going crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love the fans.
Somebody wants to know, how old is Peanut?
How old is Peanut? Okay, so the literal answer, if we're being adults here, again, he got in the act in 86 or 87. But what is the, that's how long you've been in the show.
Yes.
But what is the answer? How old are you really?
No one really knows how old I am.
Where are you originally from?
A Micronesian island. There are other creatures like me.
That's right.
Yes.
And your guys are kind of timeless.
Yes, that's correct. Right. Yeah, it could be hundreds of years old.
And you came over here,
And met you at a comedy club.
and we got together.
That's it. That's how it worked.
Right.
Right. You know, we've been together ever since. Right. Long time. Right.
I'm seeing a couple questions about what does Peanut eat, and then I saw somebody ask what is Peanut's favorite nut. So, I mean, maybe there's some...
Me eating a nut would be a little cannibalistic.
Right.
Yeah.
No nuts at all?
I don't know. Maybe a cashew because it's, doesn't have the word nut in it.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
What was the other question?
Just what does he like to eat?
Oh, what do you like to eat?
Fruit.
Fruits.
That's it?
Like fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat meat?
Some.
Right.
Hot dog.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Cheeseburger.
Right.
Yeah. Do you eat a lot of that?
No.
Okay. Why not?
You have to ask Audrey.
What does that mean?
Just move on.
So the other...
Healthier thing.
Somebody asked, is Peanut married? Are you single? I've seen it a couple of times in
I
here.
am single. Single. So yes, right, yeah.
And you do. You're kind of a ladies' man.
Oh, that's the old thing I used to say in the show. Hey, babe, you go purple, you never go back.
So Karen Arnold is asking...
Who?
Karen Arnold.
Karen Arnold.
Yes. What is your favorite job?
Your favorite job. What is your favorite job? What?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm mixing questions. They're going so quickly. It's like, what is one job you would never do? It's the actually opposite of that.
Oh, what is one job you'd never do?
I would never sit and answer questions from strangers. Just not gonna do it. You don't know what you're gonna run across.
Right.
Yeah.
James Chalice is asking, what's in your fridge right now?
What is in your fridge right now?
Cold shit. Peanut.
Cold stuff.
Cold stuff, right? Yeah. I don't know. What's in our refrigerator?
Whatever Audrey puts in there.
Yes, it's healthy stuff.
Yeah, I know what's in the fridge.
Vegetables, almond milk.
There is not one dairy product in that refrigerator. Actually, there is. There's a little bit of ice cream. Every once in a while, we'll splurge and have real ice cream.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Somebody's actually a general question for you, Jeff. When did you start doing ventriloquism?
I started doing ventriloquism when I was 9 years old. I was in the 3rd grade. Got a little dummy for Christmas.
And it's been downhill ever since.
But I didn't have any brothers and sisters. Nobody telling me that what I was attempting to do was a little bit odd. But there was nobody, obviously, I didn't have any brothers and sisters, and there was no other competition for what I did. So I was the very best at what I did because
There's nobody else, right? Yeah.
But I just kept doing it, and as a kid, I was one of the unremarkable ones.
Still, you're one of the unremarkable ones.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was no good at sports.
Check.
Not popular with the ladies. Check. What about Audrey?
I don't know. Yeah, okay. I don't know how you did that.
Thanks.
Shut up.
I just wasn't one of the popular kids, no good at sports, and I got chosen second to last every time on a sports team.
Who was the last guy?
I don't want to say his name.
Okay, fine.
Right, but there was a guy. I was third to last actually. And I got this dummy, and I started making people laugh. Doing like my first thing was a book report in the 3rd grade. And by the way, I still want to go back to my elementary school. I have not been back there. I don't know. I'm back to that classroom since I left the 3rd grade. I want to go back to that classroom at Northwood Hills Elementary in Dallas, Texas, in the Richardson School District. And I want to go back to that room, and we should go back there, Matt. I should do a little show with the original dummy that I had. I should find out who's in that classroom, take the original little Mortimer Snurt I have, and say hi to that class.
You could crash the talent show.
I could crash the talent show. You're right. That'd be great.
Cool. Yeah.
I wonder who the teacher is there. But my teacher back then was Mrs. Bentley. I don't know what happened to Mrs. Bentley. I'd love to hear from her. Mrs. Gordon, my 1st grade teacher, has come to like 3 or 4 of my shows. It's fantastic, and she was hot back then.
And she's hot now.
Anyway, so I just kept doing book reports, Cub Scout banquet, shows at church. Just kept growing. I started getting paid for it. There was no reason to quit. And if anybody laughed at me growing up, I didn't know it. And
They did.
okay.
Yeah. Behind your back.
Okay.
A lot.
Fine.
Yeah.
But I just kept doing it, and then it turned into comedy clubs and moved out to Los Angeles in '88.
And here we are.
Right.
Yeah. In a room full of stinky cars.
And actually, this is a great shameless plug for your YouTube channel because about a month ago, we uploaded all 9 of those ventriloquist lessons.
Oh yeah, we did. We uploaded on my YouTube channel all 9 of the ventriloquist lessons that were sold only with the little Jeff dummy. You bought a little Jeff dummy, and it came with those lessons on the DVD. But we decided to upload the lessons so anybody can learn ventriloquism.
If you really want to, get a hobby. Just don't do it.
It's so funny that you mentioned the word hobby because a question just popped through here, Peanut. Do you have any hobbies?
Do you have any hobbies?
Yes.
What?
Don't know.
If anybody has any ideas for what would be the perfect hobbies for Peanut, please tell us.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes
That's a
peeled.
good idea. We never talked about hobbies on stage.
No, we never have.
What would I do? I don't know. Build things out of popsicle sticks? No, that's sad.
Could you collect anything?
Shoes?
How many shoes?
Just one at a time.
Because you only wear one shoe.
Yes.
Except for today.
What?
What happened?
Oh,
Yeah, because you don't have. You usually have one shoe on. What happened?
I don't know.
I really don't know.
Yeah, we got here and I got out of the box. And where's my effing shoe?
Somebody stole his shoe. So, by the way, do you know the story, Matt, about the guy that was a guy that was talking to us, and he had an injury, a terrible injury. He was in I think it was in Afghanistan. I don't remember. He had his foot blown off, and Peanut was talking to him, and he was a great guy in the audience, and so we gave him Peanut's one shoe. Yeah.
I think I was at that show.
Was that right?
Yeah, that was great.
That was really cool. So, yeah.
So I was shoeless for a little while.
We had another one made.
Okay, good. Yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of a trivia question on the one shoe thing. Why does Peanut have only one shoe when he has his shoe? Well, it's an old vaudeville joke, and it's actually the first joke that Peanut ever told, and I still try and tell it every show on stage just because it was the very first joke. And Peanut, what's the joke? I say, Peanut, you lost a shoe.
No, I found one.
Ha! Ha! And it never fails to get a laugh, no matter how stupid or old that joke is. I still love doing it. Vaudeville joke. First joke ever, first laugh you ever got.
Yep.
And then this, I think, goes back to a little bit of the high school question, Jeff. Somebody wanted to know if you've ever played an instrument.
Oh. Yeah, starting in 6th grade, they try and get you into band if you're interested, and so I picked up the trombone and played that for, through 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and then that was it. After 8th grade, I kind of quit. I guess I did I did in 9th grade as well. But after junior high, on to high school, no 10th, 11th, 12th, no high school in the band. But, I learned a little bit of music and how to read music, and that's about it.
Yep. You still have the trombone?
I still have the trombone. A Bach 42FB.
Wow.
Had the F attachment trigger on it.
The things we retain.
Yeah, you know what? I am not joking you. I pulled it out of the case. It was literally 4 days ago, and Jack and James were sitting around just playing on the floor, and I pulled that thing out and started playing it, and they were like, what was that? So they were fascinated. They were scared at first. Jack and James are my 2-year-old twins. And, who knows?
Somebody just asked, is Peanut really a boy?
No, I'm a male. I'm not a boy. I'm male.
Right.
Yes.
Right. No, not a boy.
Not like frickin' Pinocchio, dude.
Someone's asking, what is Peanut's hair made out of?
Oh, what is your hair made out of?
Hair stuff. Tell him.
It's actually ostrich feathers.
What?
You can't grow hair.
I can't grow hair. Right, so it's ostrich feathers. Right. Yeah.
Dyed green.
They don't grow in this color?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. No, I think ostrich feathers are usually just like a multi off-white gray, right?
Yeah, like gray and black,
Brown,
depending on...
Brown and black. Yeah, so yours were, I think they were white and dyed green.
Okay, great. It's fascinating. Again, thanks for asking your stupid question.
So this is an interesting question because we've talked about it a little bit lately. Where is Melvin?
Oh, where's Melvin? Melvin is about to make an appearance, isn't he, Matt?
He is.
Melvin is coming back?
Melvin the superhero.
What's going to happen?
We can't tell you. It's one of our produced videos that's coming out. I don't know. We're going to do it sometime this week or next week, right, Matt?
Yeah, we're waiting on one element to be finished.
What? Oh, the vehicle.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. The vehicle that Melvin is going to be in. See, we can tell him. Melvin's going to be in the Pinto cruising wagon.
What?
Yeah, the 1977 Pinto cruising wagon. Melvin will be driving it, in quotes.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty darn funny if you ask me. Yeah, so we'll get to that very soon. As soon as Edgar and Jim finish the Pinto cruising wagon.
Where are Edgar and Jim right now?
Well, Jim doesn't work on Thursdays, and Edgar is out doing some kind of errand or something.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
I just got the question, is Peanut a monkey?
No, I am not. No, I look like a freaking monkey. No! No!
He does have a kind of some primate qualities.
What?
But I designed him myself. This is the Peanut is the only character that I have that I did not build myself.
What?
No, because Peanut, in the ventriloquist world, there's hard figures and soft figures.
Excuse me?
Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So all my other figures are hard,
What?
and you're soft.
Come on!
And he's more of a Muppet type figure.
Give me a break.
Well, you are.
Okay.
So he's more of a puppet, and he's made out of
Don't touch me like that. Yeah.
made out of foam and cloth and that kind of thing.
Okay, good. Right, yeah.
And so I designed him though. Verna Finley is the lady that actually built him for me. But I designed him, described him to Verna, and she sent me some drawings, and those drawings are fabulous. They're on the wall. Audrey had them framed on the wall in our house, proudly displayed with her drawings and notes, and it's pretty special. But yeah, so that's Peanut.
Right, yeah. So you came up with the skin color?
Skin color, the basic design.
Yeah, well, it's again, can we get some better questions that don't have to do with, like that?
Well, this is an interesting question because clearly somebody has seen one of your live shows very recently.
Yeah.
They want to know what Peanut thinks about Bob.
Oh, Bob.
Bob is the new guy.
Right, Bob. So I give everybody a hint who hasn't seen the live show lately. How are things politically in our country right now?
Give me a break.
Right. It's pretty messed up. And if you start spouting off your political views, you lose fans.
Right, because half of your fans will go, we don't want to see this guy, person in the war, so goodbye.
Right.
Yeah.
But I thought I have to get in the political world somehow. So Bob works as the personal advisor in the White House to President Trump. And as you can imagine, there might be some stress in that job. And he is in the show now.
So that's Bob.
What do you think of Bob?
I am glad I am not Bob.
Bob's, he's a bit of a mess.
A mess.
Right.
Yeah.
For what reasons?
He's torn.
Very torn.
Yes.
So, whether you like Trump or you hate Trump, I think this is it's an entertaining part of the show. It's become some people's favorite part of the show. And again, I like to do it right down the middle. And when you walk away from that show, you will have no earthly idea what my political beliefs are.
Really? Okay.
Somebody just asked Cavs or Warriors.
Oh man.
I'm just.
Okay. There's another way to divide your fans.
Cavs or Warriors? The answer is yes.
Who do you think is going to win?
The team with the most points.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Has Peanut been to space?
You have not.
No. You've thrown me up in the air a few times, and that's about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be the first ventriloquist in space. That would be awesome. I swear, one of my life goals is to get on some sort of, maybe Elon Musk's spaceship and go.
Really?
Absolutely.
Could I go?
You weigh less than any of the other guys.
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay.
So there you go. Elon Musk, take me up.
Somebody just asked, is Peanut a virgin?
What will my answer get me?
Yeah, let's move on.
So I got Dusty Keen is asking us, what was your favorite toy as a kid?
Oh, well, speaking of the virgin thing,
Peanut,
you mean an actual toy that you buy at the store?
what did you like?
I don't know. I like some of the stuff you did.
Like what?
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head.
I love Mr. Potato Head. And we got to show your collection sometime.
I do. Man, I have a very extensive collection of Mr. Potato Head stuff.
You
It's
do?
the goofiest thing ever. Because people don't remember that Mr. Potato Head was not just Mr. Potato Head. There was an orange. There was a pepper, a cucumber. There was a oh my gosh, I can't even remember now. There's like 5 different pieces of I don't know, vegetables and fruits. So produce, different pieces of produce that were little toys that you stuck the eyes and the nose and the ears and all that.
Why is that my favorite toy?
That's the thing that popped into your head when that question was asked.
Yes, Jeff, it did. It popped into my head.
So somebody wanted to know, Peanut, who is your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good question.
Who do you like? I don't know. Come on.
Pink. Pink, because she's so close to purple.
Ah. Fine.
Somebody said that you love the Kardashians. How do you feel about the Kardashians?
Said that I love the Kardashians?
I'm just relaying. Don't kill the messenger.
Who said that I love the Kardashians? I don't know. I'm sure they're a fine family.
Right.
I never hung out with them. I had seen a couple episodes of the TV show because Jeff was on it.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. Your buddy Bruce,
Right.
who is no longer Bruce.
Right.
Now Caitlin.
Right.
Is that weird?
Caitlin is a friend.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Is it weird?
Peanut?
Yes.
Caitlin is a friend.
Okay, good. Is it weird?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Let's put it this way. Caitlin has better conversations with Audrey now than me.
Which actually brings me to this next question. They wanted to know, Peanut, do you wear lipstick?
No. It's makeup for television.
Right.
Yes. Because if I didn't have this color lip, it would just disappear. You couldn't see anything talking on stage or on camera.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not lipstick. And that is the camera color off. Do I look a little more intense than I usually do?
No, you look great. These lights are good.
Okay, thanks.
So the question is, if you could travel back to any point in your life, where would you go?
Oh, boy.
About 5 minutes ago, or no, like 2 minutes ago, when that question about the Kardashians was asked.
Where would you go?
I don't know.
You know, I actually ask people that question a lot. I say, if you could pick any point in time, where and when would you go? And I think it's fascinating, people's different answers. Would you go forward? Would you go back? Most people's answers tend to be somewhat towards childhood or, you know, a happy time in their life. Very rarely, every once in a while, somebody goes, the days of Michelangelo and all that. But
So this question is probably for both of you. What is your favorite car? I don't know that it necessarily has to be one in this room or.
That is tough. I've always said, people say, what is your favorite car? And I've always said, if I had to get rid of all the ones in the collection, I had to keep one, I would keep the Keaton Batmobile. Because we put time and effort into that thing. It was just a prop from the movie. And we actually brought it to life by putting a much bigger engine in it, the LS7 Corvette engine instead of the 350 crate motor, Chevy crate motor. Put airbags on it. It made it street legal. We just put a lot of paint. Oh my gosh! Went back to the movie paint. Exactly what it was, and so I love that thing. And there's nothing like it. So
All right, I'm just gonna get a shot of it.
Batmobile over there. There it is. That's the Keaton Batmobile. Yep.
Very cool. So actually, speaking of movies, somebody just asked Star Trek or Star Wars.
Oh, that's tough. That is really tough. You know, it is amazing what they've done with the franchise now. And everybody was worried that Disney was going to mess it all up. And, criticism for The Last Jedi. But I think they've done an amazing job. And it's just goofy fun. But I grew up with Star Trek. And, I don't know. I still want to meet William Shatner. He's one of those guys. I met Patrick Stewart. I got to tell you the Patrick Stewart story. So, Majel Barrett, who is married to Gene Roddenberry, I had just done the Tonight Show with Carson a couple of times, and Majel Barrett, married to Gene Roddenberry, who was the voice of all the Enterprises, called, "You're a nerd?" Called the Tonight Show, Jim McCauley, who booked all the Tonight Show comics, and said, I'm having a 70th birthday party for Gene at our house in the backyard, and everybody's going to be there. I need a comedian. So Jim McCauley thought I'd be great for it. I got hired for the job. So there I was in the backyard at Gene Roddenberry's house, the creator of Star Trek, and everybody was there. And it was also the years of The Next Generation, so all those people were there. Brent Spiner, who played Data, and Patrick Stewart, who played Captain Picard, were both there. And after I did my show, I went up to Patrick Stewart and Brent Spiner, and I said to Patrick Stewart, I don't want to be an idiot fan, but I just want to tell you, I really enjoy your work.
And what did Patrick Stewart say?
He looked straight at me and he said, "And I yours."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fantastic. So, yeah, that was one of those guys I always wanted to meet. And, so whatever.
I think we have a special delivery.
Speaking of nerds! Fausto, you're back!
Fausto, Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek.
Oh, really?
Why?
Wow, that surprises me.
Did the audience choose something else? Should I change my
No,
answer?
you don't have to change your answer. That's good. Yeah. And you know what's funny to think back is how far back the original Star Wars was. And Matt, you were in elementary school?
Oh, I saw Star Wars in the theater.
Yeah. Did you really?
I did, but the sweet spot for me was Empire. I think I saw Empire Strikes Back like 24 times in the theater.
Right,
Because
yeah.
that was before you could.
Well, in 77, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I was 15 years old when Star Trek came out, right? It was 77, right?
77.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember that very, very well. Where'd
Some,
Fausto go with our
I don't know. It's,
He ran away.
Fausto, coffee. Somebody actually asked what was Peanut's coffee order.
Oh, Peanut, what was your coffee?
It's okay. I'll drink some of Jeff's.
Wait a minute, Peanut. Your coffee's going to go right in here.
Oh, look!
It's right in there. What does this say on the back? Hold on a second.
Here's my coffee right there. It says Jeff Dunham.com.
We don't do that in the show anymore.
We should.
Yeah, people love that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Thank you, Fausto.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Matt, I'll leave yours.
Ah! Do not drink when I'm talking.
Thanks, Fausto.
You're welcome.
All right.
Somebody actually said product placement, but we are definitely not sponsored by Starbucks.
No, we're not sponsored by Starbucks at all.
Unless they were referring to the mug and then
Oh, the mug.
subliminal product.
Absolutely. I don't think we still sell those. We're going to start selling coffee mugs again, though. People love those.
All right, here we go. I'm waiting for a good one to come in.
All right, I can see them. They're just
Dude, it's flying. Yeah. Somebody asked Peanut, will you go out with them? You're getting a lot of offers,
Who
by the
is
way.
this person? Send a photo.
Peanut.
I will swipe left or swipe right. I don't know. Whatever. You're gonna swipe one direction or the other.
So I've seen a couple people ask when you're coming to Ireland, but that actually you were just in Ireland.
Just in Ireland, we taped the special in Dublin, and fantastic. What great comedy audiences the Irish folks are. But we're also heading to the UK in May, and I don't remember the dates, but I can look them up right here. So yeah, we're coming to the UK soon on our international tour, and let's see what we got here.
And somebody just said, will you be bringing Bob to the UK?
That is a really good question. Folks ask me if I'm going to bring Seamus and if I'm going to bring Bob. I don't know if I have to pick one or the other, but that is a big debate in my head right now. So I think Bob needs to come because people, you know what people do, Matt? I know this from the Canadian audiences. Everybody has their own political problems, but when it comes to the U.S., they just turn on the TV, get their popcorn, sit back, and laugh at it. You know, they really do. So, for good and for bad, I mean, whether you like Trump or you hate Trump, there's some great material there. And so we talk about it a little bit, and Bob is a big part of that. So maybe I should.
I think they'll totally get it.
Yeah, of course they'll get it. They're, yeah. Okay, so the Europe tour. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin here. Just go to jeffdunham.com. You can see all the cities we're going to be in. We're going to be in, how do you say it? Aalborg? Aalborg, Denmark? Is that how you say it? Aalborg. I don't know.
You're on your own.
Copenhagen on the 16th. This is all in May. We're all over the place. Helsinki, Finland, going back there. And Birmingham, England. Wembley, England. Antwerp, Belgium. Where else? Rotterdam, Netherlands. Stavanger, Norway. Oslo, Norway. Reykjavik, Iceland. So we're all over the place.
Great. And
Excuse me, do I have to learn all those languages?
Yeah, you have to learn Icelandic.
What?
You have to learn Icelandic.
No.
It's amazing. People come out, English is the international language, and they know what they're paying for. And so, yeah, we do the whole show in English.
And I actually have a question about the UK. Is jeffdunham.com still the best place to buy tickets for those shows as well?
I'm going to go with, I have no idea. Let me look right now. Are you routed? Yeah, you have to be.
It's got to be, right?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Me either.
Okay.
But it's definitely the best place to buy them in the United
Yeah,
States.
United States. How would I not know the answer to that? We should call Robin Tate.
Oh.
Hold on.
It's our...
Call Robin Tate. This went horribly last time because when Robin answered the phone last time with Bubba J.
You dropped the F-bomb twice.
Oh, okay. Siri just is recording everything I just said. Okay, hold on. Wait.
Calling Robin Tate.
While we're waiting, Peanut, do you like pineapple on your pizza?
Yes,
You do.
I love that because I'm from Micronesia, the Micronesian Islands, and yes, absolutely.
Hey, boss.
Hey, so Robin, don't drop the F-bomb again because you're on.
Drop the F-bomb?
No.
Okay, I won't say it.
Okay, because you're on YouTube Live.
Again, don't do it, Robin. Don't do it.
Okay, so Robin, we had an interesting question from one of the fans. Can you get our tickets to the UK shows and all the other international shows at jeffdunham.com? Are they routed to those places?
Yeah, they should be.
You should be. You don't know the answer either, do you, Robin? My promoter has no idea.
No, absolutely. If you go to jeffdunham.com, it has all the shows.
Okay.
And it has the link on there.
Okay, good. So Robin,
Yeah,
take.
what show do they want to go to?
I don't know. People are just asking the question where can we get tickets?
Yep. Links for all shows.
Okay, links for all shows. All right. Thanks, Robin. We sit here and chat.
But we have other things to do.
All right, well, see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
He didn't say it.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. I have never had a conversation with Robin Tate. He didn't drop at least 4 F-bombs.
Yeah, it's especially when he signs off.
Yeah. I do take it back. Whenever we would go visit my parents, when he was with my parents, it was like it wasn't even the right guy. Yeah.
All right, a lot of people are asking of this, that kind of thing. So, peanut, spaghetti, or lasagna?
I'm lasagna.
I'm spaghetti. Why? I just like going.
Chocolate or coffee?
Yes,
You like them together.
I like them together. Do you?
I do, but sometimes I enjoy, like when I was a kid, what about you, Matt? I would always eat everything on my plate. I would eat everything one at a time. I would never mix them up. I would eat all of the peas and then all the potatoes and then all the meat or whatever, and I'd save, of course, my favorite thing for the very last. I don't do that now, though.
No, me either. I mix everything kind of together now.
Yeah.
So here's maybe a touchy one: chocolate or sex? That was the.
Chocolate or sex?
I don't know. It's hard to choose. There's a family crowd.
Jaws or Jurassic
Not
Park?
At the same time.
Jaws or Jurassic Park?
Jaws or Jurassic Park? Oh, I can answer that question. You know, I was at an unbelievably impressionable age when Jaws came out. I can't swim in a dark ocean now. I can't do it. Jaws scared the living hell out of me. The Legend of Boggy Creek was another movie that came out when I was in the 3rd grade. The Legend of Boggy Creek.
I know that movie.
It was the Texas version of Bigfoot. And after I saw it, was this horrible, supposedly documentary about this monster, this hairy monster that lived in the swamp and down in Texas. And there was a scene where the guy's sitting on the toilet in his cabin, and the monster's arm comes through the window and grabs him. I could not sit on the toilet in my house when I was a little kid after I saw that movie. But anyway, answer your question. So which one, Jaws or a Jurassic Park? I'd have to say overall Jurassic Park. Matt, do you remember when Jurassic Park came out, the very first one? And there was that scene where, what was his name, Neil?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill. He took off his glasses and he watched, and they looked and showed the shot of the brontosauruses walking in a herd. That was a magical digital scene like no one had ever seen before. Now it's just completely taken for granted. Do you remember that?
Absolutely, but
and the swelling music was unbelievable.
But I have to say, what was that movie? 93, 92? But it still holds up. Those shots are still really fantastic.
Yeah. So I have to say, overall, it'd have to be Jurassic Park, but I will never get away from how well Steven Spielberg did with Jaws, and my gosh, he's damaged me to this day. I met Steven Spielberg about a year ago, and it was quite a moment. It was great. Yeah, this guy who's changed the world.
This actually might be the most important comparison question we've got. Ginger or Marianne?
Mrs. Howell.
That's actually Walter's answer to that question.
I stole it right in.
Marianne, for sure, for me.
So, Peanut, do you watch wrestling at all?
I do watch wrestling sometimes.
So
I grew up with wrestling.
He's not asking you. Okay.
So yeah, you may or may not have the answer to this because you probably would pick Ric Flair. But this is John Cena or The Undertaker.
Oh, Cena, absolutely. I love Cena. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. How about you?
I guess so. Yes.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Definitely dogs.
Why not cats?
They play with me. I must smell like catnip.
Right.
Peanut, do you have any kids?
No kids that I know of.
Oh, I think I know the answer to this. Marvel or DC?
Oh, no, that's not fair. That's not fair. I have to say DC because of Batman and Superman, but, some of the Marvel stuff is fantastic as well, but I'd have to go with DC. If the world was ending, I'd say DC.
And Peanut, when was the last time you saw Sweet Daddy D? We're getting a lot of Sweet Daddy D questions.
Uh-oh, that's a big debate right now. Do I bring Sweet Daddy D back into the show? Because, it's gotten rough. But I really think that I could do it the right way because I'm not racist. Sweet Daddy D was done. I created Sweet Daddy D to try and reverse it, I wanted to make fun of white people, wanted to make fun of myself. And he was created out of respect. And I really did go to a lot of black comics and go, come on, what are some of the jokes that you guys make about white people? And it's just a really tough climate right now, but I would love to bring him back and see if there's a way to make that happen again. Just fun. It's comedy, but not making fun of anybody, unless it's to make fun of white people.
So Addams Family or Twilight Zone?
Well, it's no Addams Family or the Munsters.
Well, I'm repeating the questions. Yeah.
Well, if it's Addams Family or the Twilight Zone, it have to be the Twilight Zone.
Right, because that's
Addams Family
game.
Favorite game? Kerplunk.
What?
What's that
That
game?
was a real. Oh, you don't know Kerplunk?
Is that the one with the ice? No, that's Don't Break the Ice. What is
Don't
Kerplunk?
break the ice.
What's Kerplunk?
Bash.
Bash. Do you know Bash?
No,
Tippet.
Tippet.
no.
You don't know any of these?
No, these must have come out like when your kids were like in that bubble.
No, these are all when Jeff was a kid and I was a teenager.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, these are all great games. Operation, of course, has lasted
Oh.
forever. Yeah. What else?
Peanut, do you snore?
I do. I don't know.
Do you snore?
I don't know. Do you snore?
I don't know.
We don't know. We're asleep when we're asleep, so we don't know.
You don't sleep with anyone.
No. No. Just in the suitcase. Right. Yeah, with the other guys.
So I've seen a couple questions about this. I think it might be because you talked about space a little bit. But Peanut, do you believe in aliens?
Oh, I do believe in aliens. I've seen them on television. I know some are here illegally and some are not. And, you know, they've been deported.
Peanut? Like space aliens.
Yes,
You do?
I do. Yeah.
So you think there's people in other places, other planets?
Yes. Okay. How about you?
I hope there are.
So here's a question you sort of mentioned in another answer, but they want to know, Jeff, where do you get your puppets? And obviously there's a difference between puppets and dummies, but
Yeah, I build all the characters myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, have from, I don't know, I started building them in high school. Jose was the very first one that I built that I actually used and continue to use. And I built Walter and Ahmed and Bubba J and the current Jose. And the only one I didn't make was Peanut.
Yep. Because you don't know how to sew.
Not real well.
Okay, right, yeah.
All the other guys are hard figures, hard characters.
Okay, right.
so here's a question, Peanut, that is interesting because it brings up a past special. Where is Batnut?
Oh, where is that nut? Well, I don't know. That nut is secretly hidden. He lives in a place far away, like in a cave under something.
We haven't seen Batnut in a long time. No, you know what, Matt? We haven't talked about this in a while. I think it's time for Halloween special number 2.
You would make my day.
Is that right?
Oh, are you kidding?
So the first one was Minding the Monsters, and we tried to make it, not Halloween, call it Halloween, but I think it's time for an actual Halloween special that we put on wherever that ends up. I don't know where it would be, but yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah, I would be way behind that.
We had so much fun with that. The Christmas special was creative, but when it comes to creative, I don't think we got any more creative than that Halloween, than Minding the Monsters. The characters were dressed up great. You know what would be tough is trying to figure out how these guys would dress up, because we came up with the best for everybody. I mean, Walter is Frankenstein. That has to be, and by the way, and again, just kind of pulling the curtain away, that character of Walter is the only other true version of the current real Walter. And he is still, there's still a Frankenstein that I didn't just repaint Walter. And he is, with that makeup, I was so proud of that, painting that makeup when I did that. Like when he took his head off and it looked like the makeup was, brushed off a little bit. You could see his real skin underneath.
Real skin.
Flesh.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you look closely at that, especially Matt, oh my God, you got so creative with it. Here's a little trivia. When Batnut drives out in the Batmobile, guess who's driving that car? Remote controlling, Matt McNeil.
Yay!
And you did it blindly, didn't you?
I could not see where the car was going, and I had to make that 3-point turn,
Right.
because of the couch.
Right, and Peanut was,
I was in the car. I was not driving.
but Peanut was in the car, because when it drives out and then comes around and then parks, I would go over there and open up the car and pull out Batnut. But and we only had 2 takes on that, Matt.
Yes, and
Right.
and I nailed it on the first take.
Right, and that's the one we kept.
Yes, but on the second take, I crashed into the couch.
Crashed to the couch.
Yeah.
That set was unbelievable. I actually kept a few pieces from that set. I still have the electric chair and some of the Victorian pieces of furniture. And we actually had somebody come to our house, just was visiting, and they're like, something's wrong in this room, and they're like feeling it around, and like, oh, those pieces of furniture, there's the evil and blah blah blah, and those were a couple of the pieces that we brought over to shoot something else in our house. Remember that? We were shooting something with AJ, and we had those pieces from the set
Right.
in my actual house.
Yes.
And somebody came over and went, you need to get rid of these. These are not clean. There's something has gone wrong. And they were actually 100-year-old pieces of Victorian furniture that someone had bought at a warehouse for our special.
Yeah, that was when we were shooting the open with AJ sitting in the chair telling the story.
Oh, that's right.
And we were pushing into his face through the miniature house.
Is that opening available anywhere on YouTube?
Yes, because we did actually. If you look at the Minding the Monsters behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
you see us shooting all of that stuff with the miniature. There's a whole it might be 30-minute video, which is awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it shows the making of the
that's on my
models and
YouTube
everything.
channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the haunted house was an actual haunted house that somebody built for us. But then we used the 3D printer, and Matt, you made the graves on the computer, and then we printed them, and the fences we printed on the 3D printer, and then built that whole model. I still have that model too.
Oh yeah.
The haunted house is really, really, really great.
And all those trailers are available as well on your YouTube channel.
Correct.
So there's a lot of Minding the Monsters and clips from the show. So that stand-up is there
We
too.
should do that all again. Oh, that was so much work.
Yeah, and you shot that in Savannah, Georgia.
Yep, Savannah, Georgia. What a beautiful place that is, and so unique to anywhere else in the country. Just great.
Why did you choose Savannah?
Because of all the ghosts and the lore that goes there, of all the spirits and stuff that live there, and plus with the weeping willows, the trees there, it's just again like no other city, just beautiful.
Peanut, do you have a favorite band?
Our favorite band.
Oh,
Here's a little no,
what? Never mind, right? Never mind?
never mind.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Just never mind.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite band?
Who do I like?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Who do you like?
My iPod, my iPhone is just full of. It's kind of like my car collection. You can't figure it out. It's everything. I listen to everything. Usually classic rock is what I usually have. But favorite band? I don't know. I still go back to the Beatles and the Stones, and even a little bit of Foreigner now and then.
Every time I come to your house, you're playing Santana for me.
Oh yeah, that's right, Santana. Oh, it's because I got the. This is embarrassing. It's because I got the Quadraphonic 8-track player, and Santana was all about Quadraphonic, and so like every one of their albums they came out with in Quadraphonic, and you got to admit, Matt, it sounds pretty amazing.
It's awesome, but can you do the layman's description of what quadraphonic is?
Well, we have stereo now, which means two speakers, and basically it's coming out of the left or the right. And then we have the surround sound, which is basically 5 channels, which your left and right, your middle, and your back left and right. But quadraphonic back then was 4 separate, completely different channels that lasted in popularity for only a handful of years because everybody had to change their equipment and all that, and it just didn't become popular. It's kind of like 3D TV. It comes and goes, right?
Yeah, but what's interesting is that one player that you have, and maybe we'll do a Facebook or YouTube
I'll tell
video.
about it.
Yeah.
So the one amplifier that I have also comes with a joystick. It looks like something from a video game. But as you're playing it, I mean, these were distinct channels, and Santana was great about it. The vocals were over here, the percussion was over here, the strings were over here, or whatever it was. The brass was back here. And I don't know if Santana has all those, but every one of those instruments were on separate channels. So with this joystick thing, you can just move it around and make any mix you want. I want mainly vocals or only vocals, and you can hear them singing like a cappella. Or you can pick, I want to hear only the percussion. You move the joystick over there. So it's pretty fun. We should do a video on that. I've never seen that on any other amp. Never did back then.
Yeah, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
So
Hold on. So you admitted that you like Star Trek and listen to 8-track. And you wonder why the chicks didn't line up.
Peanut, LeBron, or Jordan?
Michael Jordan for sure. Right, yeah. I think LeBron is a great player, but Michael Jordan for sure. Right, yeah. Why? I don't know. Just cause. Okay.
Peanut, do you have a favorite joke?
A favorite joke?
Do you?
No.
No.
I don't tell jokes.
Somebody just asked if Peanut, this is back to music, but if Peanut likes K-pop. Do you know what K-pop is, Peanut?
Uh-oh.
Do you know?
No.
That means I don't know.
It's Korean pop music. It's like
Korean, and you know that because your wife is Korean.
No, well, and I eat at this Korean joint up the street, and they always have it on the screens.
You what?
There's a Korean barbecue place around the corner that's awesome, and she's always got Korean
Who's
K-pop.
she?
The lady that works there, we're friends now. She knows
your
me
wife
and my
know
son.
this?
Yeah. Oh, this lady's much older. It's fine. She makes great Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue. Okay.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
never asked me to go to the Korean barbecue place.
Because you'd like it, and then your wife would kill me.
Audrey's not like that. You know that.
I know. I'm just
All
kidding.
she would do would be go, okay.
Yeah, it was chicken, I swear. But yeah, it's a Korean pop music, and it's a lot like the boy bands of the '90s, but it's like with
Oh.
Korean. So it's like They're about 10 years behind us in the pop music scene. And
Oh.
it's really interesting. When we're done, I'll show you a few videos.
You know, Leno, we're drop a name here. We were at Leno's shooting yesterday with the hard hat hauler, one of my vehicles, and Leno was talking about a Bob Newhart bit that he used to do. We were talking about, you know, how far the Korean music is behind us. And he was saying Bob Newhart used to do a bit. Was it Bob Newhart?
Yeah, Bob Newhart.
He used to do a bit about how, what did he do? He went into space and he visited the aliens or whatever. And the interviewer was saying, well, how far advanced are they from us? And he goes, about 6 weeks. So, pretty funny.
I don't get it.
Never mind.
Okay, right. Yeah.
All right, Matt, let's do a couple more questions. We got to get out of here.
Yeah. So, Coke or Pepsi?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Yes.
That's actually, Peanut stole my thought.
How'd I do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I grew up with Dr. Pepper in Texas, so that's actually my choice.
And-
But I don't drink a lot of that stuff. Every once in a while I diet Dr. Pepper just because it's so much sugar.
Shut up.
Okay, it's really good, but I don't drink a lot of it.
And Peanut, I don't know if you remember, but the last video that we did where Bubba J wrote the book about Ronald Grump, you were the doctor, you were Surgeon General, and your name was?
Dr. Pepper.
That's right.
And then there was Mr. Pibb, which I think was Coke's answer to Dr. Pepper.
Right, it was
Do they
like-
still make that?
Maybe. It's like Mellow Yellow. They might have it in a few places.
Oh, you know what I found out? This is crazy. I just found out we were in Canada. So the Mountain Dew in Canada. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell him, Peanut.
No caffeine.
What?
What's the point? I don't know.
Wow.
This is in the eastern provinces, so I don't know if it's in every province that way. There's no caffeine in Mountain Dew. It's like,
Why? Why? Just the sugar?
yep.
Grease or The Outsiders?
What?
The movie Grease or The Outsiders? Remember The Outsiders?
Have you seen The Outsiders? I don't know.
Oh, you've totally seen it. I guarantee you. It's Tom Cruise, Patrick Swayze. What? Francis Ford Coppola directed it? No?
Nope.
They're like Pony Boy, Stay Golden Pony Boy. You don't remember any of that stuff?
Never saw it.
Basically-
What year did that come out?
Probably like 83,
I
84.
was much busier with other things in college when you were in high school.
Well, then that means you like Grease more.
Yeah.
And so did you
Well,
see?
I was in high school
Yeah.
at the time when Grease came out.
Did you see that at the theater?
I did,
Yeah.
with a girl.
Oh,
She was much older than me.
Peanut, have you seen Grease?
I have seen pieces of Grease because Jeff did. I don't know. Have I seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Somebody wants to know what's your next car project?
We are in the middle of like 3 projects right now, but we took that, we did the live Facebook video 2 days ago.
No, yesterday.
Yeah, 2 days ago. We took it over there, the car
Oh,
over there.
you're right.
yesterday.
Yeah.
2 days ago, we actually, I gotta tell you, driving that, you gotta look it up, the Ford Cruising Wagon from
Van.
what?
That's the wagon.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the cruising van, the Ford Cruising Van. You got to look it up. The cruising wagon, Pinto Cruising Wagon, and the Ford Cruising Van. So we have the Pinto Cruising Wagon, which is almost ready to go, looks fabulous. The Ford Cruising Van also came out in 70. I don't know. That version that we got is 76, 77. But we drove it over to Galpin yesterday, Galpin Ford, where our buddy Dave Shutton is there, and he's looking it over and going to give us a price on it. But that drive over there, Matt. That was so much fun in this piece of junk that hadn't been touched in 49 years, 48 years, whatever it is. That was so much fun. It was absolutely great. What was the question again? Oh, the project. So that's one of the projects. The other projects, the Pinto Cruising Wagon. Then we have the Rambler here. But this is the Rambler Ambassador hardtop, which is really rare because that means a hardtop means it doesn't have a pillar between the front and back windows. And they only made about 1,200 of those, yet they made about 12,000 of the regular Ramblers in 1960. And AMC, we talked about this before. Apparently, they had $1 billion of income in 1960.
That is
and they beat one of the top 3. They beat one of the 3 big ones. So anyway.
And that also, project-wise, leads to the question of what is it that you're sitting in?
Oh, that's another project that we have sitting right now. So this is a 1960 Polara, Dodge Polara station wagon. And this thing, I just fell in love with this because when I saw it, there's plenty of other station wagons from that era. But this one, I mean, Dodge went after this thing with the creative brush and just put so many pieces on this thing that are for nothing but form. There's form and function, and there's just form all over this thing. I mean, even this right here. I mean, this is the age of the jet engine, and tell me those aren't jet engines right there, the tail lights. Just beautiful. And they actually glow like jet engines. There's white and there's red. We'll go over this thing when we're actually finished with it. But you know what we're waiting for? The reason it's not finished? One reason it's not finished. Let's see if anybody can guess this. In 1960, if you wanted to listen to your own type of music, in a car, what did you listen to? You're not radio. If you wanted to pick your own songs and have what was it? What was the format? What did you have in that car?
So you're asking, was it like a cassette
Was it
or
like a tape
yeah.
or what the hell was it that you listened to in 1960? And nobody's gonna get this. Somebody will get it.
Somebody says 8-track,
No
not
8-track,
nope.
nope.
Cassette player,
No
8-track, cassette. Yeah, that's
nope,
all the answer.
nope.
That was way before any of those were invented.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1960 was before all that technology.
because tape at that point was probably reel to reel.
Real to real, yeah. I'm sure that they, whatever were experimenting, just like HDTV has been around since, when I was in college.
Somebody sort of
Somebody
got it.
They
Yeah,
got it?
here we go. Vinyl, gramophone. People are saying
Yeah,
it.
it was a record player, but it was a record player made by, I don't know if Chrysler actually built it or if they farmed it out. I had to have farmed it out to somebody. But it was a record player that went under the dash that would actually hold, at one time it was 16 speed, which records that would go like that speed. But then they finally upgraded in 1960 to the 45s. So it would stack, I think, 12 45s, actually stacked records and would play the records. And we're waiting. I found one of the actual players, and we're having it refurbished, and I think it's on its way now. And that's the one we're waiting for to put in there. So I can't wait. A record player in your car.
Very cool.
What kind of 45s do you have?
All disco.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first 45 records you got as a kid?
This is
I totally
embarrassing.
remember. Yeah.
I don't know what the first 45 I had was, but the first records I have, I was just fascinated with the record player, and so it was all my parents' records. But the first kid record I have, like a band, I was just a kid, but my mom and dad got me the Partridge Family.
Mine's actually more embarrassing than that, and I specifically asked for it.
What? Oh, what?
Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Oh, Ty.
Yes.
All right, it's been fun. Wow. Yikes.
People are bailing left and right.
Don't look. Look, our numbers are suddenly crashing. The Partridge Family and Tony Orlando and Dawn. That is not a show I would go to.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it for now?
I think we're good.
Okay, Mike, thanks for joining us.
Again, we're going to be on the road starting on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we're going to be in Broomfield, Colorado. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Colorado Springs, Dodge City, Kansas, Omaha, Nebraska. Tickets are at jeffdunham.com. That's the only place you should get them because there's no scalpers on my website. If you find anything for more than 45 or 50, 55 bucks, somebody's scalping you. So just stick with my site and get the best tickets. So there you go.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
And one last thing down there, be sure to subscribe
Oh, yeah.
The buttons.
Subscribe. Where you're looking. Subscribe to what?
to our YouTube
To
channel.
our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Be sure to subscribe, and then you can get more fun, great videos. Some produced, some live ones, whatever you want.
Yep, hit the notification bell and then you will get an alert that will
That's
let
in
you
the
know.
corner. You hit the notification bell, and then that's a new thing, isn't it, Matt?
It is, yeah, within the last few months. So
Yeah,
let's.
so you know when we're live, right? Or
No, whenever we upload a video, they get a
Oh,
notification.
whenever you upload a video. Okay. So
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
the notification thing.
You get annoying messages.
Only when we have something new.
Okay, good. Right, there. Yeah, okay.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time. Right.
Thanks, Matt.